Good morning. I want to share something I picked up from Max Lucado in his book, God's Story, Your Story. I love the account of Jesus coming out of the Jordan River, and the Father speaks to him. I just love that for everybody to hear that God says, "You are my Son whom I love. With you I am well pleased." And Jesus hadn't done any miracles yet. That's one of the things I love about that. Because God the Father loves God the Son, because God the Father loves God the Son. It's not because of what he did. It's because he loves him. And as we are adopted into God's family, God loves us not because of what we can do for him, how much money we can invest, all these different things. No, he loves us because he loves us. So he receives that affirmation, and you would think Jesus is like, let's go walk on water, let's turn water into wine, let's raise the dead, let's do all this stuff. He goes just the opposite direction. It says in Matthew chapter 4, verse 1, "Then Jesus was led up by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil." What? Like, wouldn't you expect just the opposite? But instead, what he's doing is he exposes the ways and the schemes of Satan. Satan is always there to drag people down. You know, I've been doing nursing home visitation and preaching for a while, and it doesn't matter how old people are. I talk about, you ever notice you got kind of like this one little guy on this shoulder, and an angel over here, and a demon over here, and I see like 90-year-olds just nodding their head like, yep, been there my whole life. They just stick right there. So think about evil for a moment. How do you explain it? How do you explain just some of the stuff that we do? How do we explain the fact that we have hearts that are stubborn sometimes, and that we hurt people with things that we do and decisions that we make? How do we explain things like concentration camps, prisoner of war camps? Like, I've read enough biographies. I mean, it's such inhumanity to humans. Places like Auschwitz, human trafficking, abuse. How do we explain that? Oh, there's got to be a source of evil. But you know what? Max says this: if I were the devil, I'd blame evil on a broken political system. That's it. It's the other party. That's the source of evil. It's the economy. It's the wicked wish of the West. Anything but coming back to himself. He wants us to think that, no, I don't really exist. So if you go back to the Greek, the word devil comes from, it's like diablo, which is very similar to Spanish. And what it means in the original language is to divide. That's what he loves to do. Satan, you go back to the Garden of Eden. What does he do? He divides Adam and Eve from God. He tries to put a wedge. That's just what he likes to do. But not only there, he also puts a wedge between Adam and Eve. I don't know if you picked that up, but yeah, they're going to need some marriage counsel after their time in the Garden of Eden. Do you know what? Satan loves to divide us. He loves to divide churches. The Bible tells us that we're to maintain unity. Why does it say that? Because it's a gift that God gives to the church. Jesus prayed in John chapter 17 that the church would be united. And so we can't create it, but we can simply maintain it. But if you notice that the evil one, he wants to put a wedge between you and your wife, between you and your children, between you and your friends. He loves to do that. Don't give him the upper hand. Come to Jesus. Jesus is the one who's already defeated him. And he wants to defeat the devil through your life as well. So unite with Jesus. Don't let the evil one divide you, and let Jesus be your victor. God bless you. Have a great day.